Hi, besties, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be talking about something that is very close to my heart, something that I think all of us have struggled with at some point, and that is feeling behind in life. And I want to start off by talking about my current relationship with feeling behind in life because it is something that I have been struggling with for a very long time. I'm still trying to navigate it, but I think I've found ways to cope with this feeling now. So, I am currently 21 years old, and in some ways, I feel like I've achieved nothing in life. I've really struggled with getting to where I want to be in the timeline that the world has set for us. See, I was never that good in school. I did not enjoy the typical academic subjects. It took me a very long time to learn things. I was a very slow learner. It was very hard for me to even want to do my schoolwork. And for that reason, I often was feeling very down and doubtful of myself because I was watching everyone else around me find it so easy to get good grades, whilst I was struggling to even pass most of my tests. I was always more of a creative type of person, and unfortunately, creative people are outcasted in school. I also just didn't even know what I enjoyed. For most of my time growing up, I was very confused and I didn't really even know what my hobbies were. I think another reason why I felt so behind in life and doubtful of myself was because I grew up with social media. Basically, since the time that I was a preteen, social media was in my life, and that was very, very bad for my mental health. I was constantly watching other people online just show off all their achievements, show off their wealth and fame. At the time, I didn't realize that a lot of it is fake, that a lot of what people post, how perfect seeming their life is actually far from the truth. But it really affected me. It made me think that there was something wrong with me. Something is wrong with me, and everyone else around me seems to have everything together, but I just don't. And I really struggled to keep up with this pace of society. I didn't know what I wanted to pursue. I didn't know what subject I wanted to do in college. So when I went to college and I chose media, which is probably the closest to anything I wanted to do, I still didn't enjoy it. And I eventually dropped out and I had to get a job instead, which I also did not enjoy. I did not enjoy having one of those meaningless jobs. I just felt very stressed out in jobs in college, like all the typical paths and avenues that I could have taken. I found all of it very stressful, and my mental health was never that good either. So I just really, really struggled. So now I'm actually not working. I'm a stay at home mum. And as much as motherhood is in some ways an achievement, I don't like getting lost in it because I want to do something for me too. So I started creating content a few years ago and found myself struggling once again. A lot of what content creation contains is dictated by numbers. Basically, your success is determined by numbers on a screen. That can really, really affect how you feel about yourself. So, a lot of this has led me to believe that even though I'm 21, I'm really behind in life. And I'm here to say, is that even true? Or is it the world we live in making me feel this way and making us feel this way? See, this world is very fast paced and it demands so much from us. From a young age, we are conditioned to believe that our worth is determined by results. From the moment we are doing exams in school, we are being trained to do things quickly and effectively. But in my personal opinion, it is very, very silly to be graded in that type of way. The best quality work comes from taking your time with it. So after school, we are expected to at a quite young age decide what we want to do in university. And it's like so much pressure that we just need to all of a sudden decide and like commit fully to doing a subject that we might not even want to have a career in like the years that pass by the time that we finish it. Like, we might completely change our mind on what we want to do, or we might actually discover through doing the subject that it's not what we want to do. But because there's so much pressure to get a high paying job and to succeed, we just go for it and then end up in jobs that we aren't satisfied with. And that is another reason why I think taking your time is better. And I feel like the people that have the biggest advantage in this world are those that get into something academic, like a medical type of career path or tech related career paths, because you go to university, you get a high paying job, and you're basically set for life. But for creative people, it's not like that. You literally have to fight for your success. It's not something that you are guaranteed to get a career in. You have to hustle really, really hard to see minimal results, keep supplying for the high demand, making sure that what you create is of good quality. And a big reason why people give up. They don't see results fast enough, and then they're just like, is it even worth it? Will I even be able to make any money from this? They give up and end up choosing a career path they're not even happy with. I think when we feel behind and like things aren't happening fast for us, that's when we need to just sit down and realize all good things take time. I don't think anyone that has really hustled for their creative career will say that it came easily. And that's why, in some ways, things happening slowly isn't always a bad thing. I think a big reason why we feel behind in life is because of self comparison. In this modern world, we are constantly being bombarded online with people's seemingly perfect lives, all their achievements, all their success stories, and just all the positives in their life. Even though obviously a lot of it is very staged, fabricated. We see people that are our age achieve really big things and start to think, why are we not in the same position? Even though the truth is, it's not even normal to be like a millionaire in your 20s. Like, that's not the norm. We only think it's normal because popular content comes from people in that situation. And seeing those people can lead to a lot of jealousy. But jealousy is literally the biggest thief of joy, but not only joy, also the thief of your positive mindset towards success. See, it's easy to think, oh, this person did this and I can't do it because I'm not as good as them. But my advice to you is from now on to look at these people and try, instead of being jealous of them, see their success as inspiration. Look at what they do and learn from it. Get inspiration from their success story. Get inspiration from the work that they create. For example, for me, looking at popular content creators, use their content as inspiration instead of thinking, oh, their content's so much better than mine. Like, no, I need to ask myself, how did they create this? And how can I apply some of what they do into my content? That's a better way of thinking. And also looking at them and telling yourself, if they did that, I can do it too. If there are people out there that have achieved such big things, why can't I? And just tell yourself, like, maybe it'll take me longer than them to do all these big, amazing things, but I can do it too. And it's important to remember with those people that the reason they may have achieved so much at a young age is because potentially their life has just been a bit easier than yours. They could have had a lot of privilege that got them to where they are. For example, they could have came from a very wealthy family. They could have been born into fame. They could have had parents that really cared about their success, like really pushed them, really motivated them. And that is rare. Like, not many people have that. I definitely didn't. And also, they could have just like had less struggles mentally or physically with their body. If you are someone that has struggled with physical health or mental health, you'll know that it can really set you back for a while. Like for me, a lot of my teenage years, I spent really struggling to even find motivation to do the simplest of things. I mean, getting out of bed for me was hard, really hard. Going to school for me was hard. It did not cross my mind to like pursue something, to like push myself in something, because I was just dealing with so much. The first step for me was actually getting through all of that before even thinking about pursuing something. That's why, you need to be compassionate with yourself because you're probably doing better than you think. You may just have had a few setbacks, but that's okay because you get through those and then move forward. And I want to also touch on something that I mentioned earlier about the fact that the best quality work comes when you take your time with it. It is really bad to rush any decision in life, to throw yourself into something, like I said, university, for example, or a career path that you will end up unhappy in. But also, it is not good to rush a creative project that you'll not be happy with. You don't want to like just do something for the sake of doing it because you think you need to do it quickly. It's better to fully think it through, fully like pay attention to the little details and make sure that it is the best it can possibly be. And if that means you have to sit on a decision for even months, but what you come out with at the end is really good, then I think that's worth it. For some people, yeah, some people can work really fast and just get something out. And those are the people that unfortunately achieve things a lot faster. But for people like me, it does take a lot longer to not only learn something, but then actually do it. That's not exactly a bad thing. That's just the type of person you are. You can still end up with the same results as other people, just it'll take longer. But that's not a bad thing. You don't want to become the person that forces themselves to rush something only for it to do really badly and be in that cycle. And I just want you to remind yourself of how far you've already come, okay? There are so many achievements that you've had that might not even be career related, and not all achievements will be success or career related. That's so important to remember because we put so much focus on like our career goals, passions, and projects, but we often forget what have we done for ourselves, How have we helped ourselves through difficult periods? How have we taken care of our health? How good of a family member, friend, brother, sister, whatever have we been? Those are all achievements. There's so many little things that we do, that we achieve, and we just don't realize a lot of the time because the world makes us think that all we're meant to focus on is our career goals. And actually, the most meaningful things in life at the end of the day are usually related to friends, family, experiences, our health, our happiness. Happiness is at the top, always. That's why I want you to remember to celebrate all of your wins, no matter how big or small they are. Remember to celebrate everything because you are doing so well without even realizing a lot of the time. Don't let what the world makes you think of success affect your everyday happiness. But on the flip side, I want to end with this one last point that actually it is okay to want more in life. It is okay to not settle for the life that you currently have. So don't give up on yourself just because everything seems pointless, your life seems like it's going nowhere. Like, don't give up on yourself. The fact that you feel behind in life, the fact that you want more, in some ways is actually a good thing because it keeps you moving forward. It keeps you motivated to change your life. And sometimes we actually have to feel a little bit unsatisfied with life to get further and to create a better future for ourselves. A little bit of fear can always move us forward. But it can't be so bad that, we hate ourselves and think that we're just complete failures. All I really wanted to say was don't force yourself to believe that what you've got now is all you deserve, because you deserve so much more. You deserve absolutely everything that you want, and you should keep going for the things that you want, because like I said, it might take time, but actually taking your time might lead to something really, really, really good, versus you gain success doing something you don't even care about, right? Like, would you actually want to achieve success tomorrow but with something you don't really care about, or would you rather it take 5 years but it lead to like the most meaningful career you could have ever really hoped for? I think that would be the better option. And just remember on this entire journey to be compassionate with yourself. Like, at the end of the day, that's what really matters, for you to be a little bit kinder to yourself, because this world is very harsh. It's very like cold these days, and it's hard to like have sympathy for how you feel. The world is just like demanding so much from us nowadays, and really just maybe take things a bit less seriously, because at the end of the day, what even is this life? What does it even mean? What is the purpose of this life? It's very hard to know. We don't have a lot of answers. Like, let's just maybe chill out a bit and realize that there's so much joy in this world if we look for it. Okay, that is it for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please comment below one thing that you have taken from it, or one thing you've reflected on whilst watching that this video made you think of. Because I always want to have meaningful conversations in the comments. Like, honestly, that's something that brings me a lot of joy. So, thank you. And I really hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you next week with another one. Bye.